You're not just growing plants, you're growing yourself.
All you need to do is have a business, and that's it. You know, that's it. That's enough for some people because, what do you do? I'm a business owner.
To get to know the culture.
If someone came with guns or something,
what we do is kind of automatically devalued because
it doesn't cost anything to be kind.
Whenever you're ready.
Cool. Welcome to another episode of Inkwa Talks and welcome to Inkwa Tattoos. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've recorded, but you know what though? I'm glad it's been a while because it gives you time to sit back and think about what you've done during the space that you haven't recorded and what you want to speak about and what the subject's going to be and so many other things. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a gardener. Like, I love being in the garden, I love being in the ground. And for me, it's true therapy. And I think everybody should take some time and put their Ras Clark name on the allotment list. No jokes, because the ground is where everything comes from and it's our therapy. And a lot of us find ways to not get into it. You're not just growing plants, you're growing yourself. So we're going to get into today's topic, which is customer service in creativity. Matter of fact, it's customer service full stop, you know, because Jay just had a little experience in Sainsbury's, yeah, where a man said he went into Sainsbury's and he saw the guy ahead of him getting served. And he said the guy ahead of him got A+ customer service. Like, he was thinking, my turn, I'm going to go up, I'm going to make extra effort, you know, because it's a brother as well, I'm going to make extra effort. Went up to the guy, and he said the guy was just blank.
Maybe you remind him of someone.
Did you do him dirty, Jay?
Not even. I was like, extra nice to see if I get the same customer service.
But customer service is a thing here where it's a two-way thing. I'm not saying you went in there and did the madness to the guy, but sometimes, as the customer, you get the service that you deserve, and other times, the person serving you is just I'm not going to call out no names, but they're just not nice. So various situations dictate other situations. So what do you guys feel about, how do you guys feel like you should give out and receive customer service?
I think you should give it out the same way you want to receive it. You know, there's no difference. You know, the way you want to be treated, treat people the same way. No matter what they're giving you or what they're taking away, you know. You never know how an experience can change them or change you. Even if they're dickheads or whatever, they treat you badly, just treat them with respect. And, you know, in the end of the day, they go away feeling like shit. You know, there's no instant where you're angry with someone and you treat them bad and you go away and you feel good about that. I've never experienced that, you know. I just treated this person this way, you know. Yeah. You know, you go away and you feel like, you feel even worse, you know?
So when you're that person on the other end, like when we're in here and we get some regular idiots come in here sometimes, and you have to deal with them in a way that you can't deal with them in the exact same way that you dealt with someone who is not an idiot.
Yeah, but it's confusing. It's very confusing, but I mean, I've never felt good from treating someone bad or being, you know, aggressive afterwards.
Yeah, I think we've all done things where we're like, oh man, no, I was a bit harsh there. I shouldn't have dealt with that situation.
Yeah.
What about you, Gus?
like dealing with customers, I feel like a lot of the time, like for me, communication's a big thing in it. Like when I'm getting commissions and whatnot, and like I message them saying like, this is what I've got, like what do you think about going to the next step? Because that's how I am when like, I'm doing commission pieces. I'm very sort of like, what do you think, what do you think, what do you think? Any small update, I'm gonna send it to you and try and get the diagnosis, because at the end of the day it's what you want. And first of all, the lack of communication, like if I'm waiting 10 plus hours for a response, I already start getting kind of agitated and annoyed, and I'm not necessarily gonna message them and be like, hey, hurry up, but do you know what I mean? I do get a bit like, how serious are you? But then I understand, obviously you got stuff going on and whatnot. But what I've tend to notice a lot of the times is people don't know what they want. And so when they don't know really what they want, there's a void and they want something, and because you're an artist, they expect you to fill it. But I'm an artist. I'm not that in it. Where I can only make something, and whether it fills that void to your satisfaction is something completely different. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I'm kind of going on a tangent, but
Like, go on a tangent, man. Enjoy.
bro, all like customer service generally, innit? Cause like what I do, where I work, most of the time it's engaging with people, and like the communication for me it's like that's the most important thing, you know, and the attitude, like, you know, being nice and smiling and whatnot. But for some reason, dog, it's like certain establishments, certain institutions, it's like you don't need to have no customer service.
I think that, yeah, that's wrong though, you know. I think people who jump into something and they're not happy with being there, they shouldn't be there. You know, if you're cleaning the floor, it's not my fault that you're cleaning the floor. You know, I used to sweep floors and clean, and I would always do it with a smile.
It's true. Like when someone rings you up, or you've got to ring someone up about something, I always have to tell the person on the phone, I'm not cussing you. Just know that I'm not cussing you, but I am cussing. So whatever I say, don't take it personally. And when we finish a phone call, I always say, don't forget, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to who you're representing. Don't take it personally. Yeah. So how do you guys feel like your interaction between the customer affects your creativity, your creative process? Because the creative process is something that comes with the customer service.
Oh, most of the time, I mean, I try to, but when you try to do it, it's not really, you know, it can affect you personally. You know, I think it's always better to not do something than be mentally incapacitated because of it. You know, like you can't be. It's never worth it. It's never worth any financial gain for a week of stress. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a headache. And then afterwards, you know, all your other clients suffer.
I think you've got to use your experience to your advantage. I think if you've got the knowledge, there's only so many customers that you're going to come across, because there's only ever going to be so many personalities that you're going to come across. So once a customer displays traits of a particular personality.
Sometimes that happens already. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Let's say you already agreed to take on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got to the point where they come in to get tattooed, and then in the middle of it.
What, in the middle of the tattoo?
Yeah, that's when they start displaying. Or they come in literally as they come in to get it done. You're set. You know, they're booked in and everything, and that's when they start displaying certain behaviours. At what point do you say no, basically?
I don't know. I think there's a point. Yeah, no, there is a point when you say, okay, I'm not putting no needle to your skin. I've done it a few times when people are like, can I get it here? Can I get it here? Can I try it here? Can I try it here? And then can you change this? And can you change that? And it's usually the small tattoos. Yeah. And it's like, it's a small tattoo, and I understand it means a lot to you, but it don't mean that much to me. It don't mean as much to me for me to be distressed over your shit. But what do you do if the editing's done, everything's done in the way of which they wanted it, and then they're like, this is not what I wanted?
Yeah. No, what usually happens, that's never happened to me. What usually happens is, I will give my suggestion, my opinion, my professional judgment and whatnot. They'll be like, nah, they want it their way. I'm like, cool, I do it their way. Then they're like, nah, remember when you said what I said the first time? That's how they want it later on. Yeah. So I'm like, this is what I said in the first place. Yeah. So that's the only thing that's ever happened. So then I revert back to my idea of how I feel like it should be executed.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get to a point when it starts to affect you, and then how you treat other customers, because now you're on edge and you might be some customers traumatize you, man.
Let's take it there. I've been traumatized from Caribbean shops.
Oh, you see, now this is something that I regularly have to tell people, yeah, because me and you understand. We're both Jamaican, yeah. A lot of people don't understand our culture. So when we say, like, what do you want? It means.
Like it doesn't sound like that.
All right, we say what you want. Yeah. It means.
That's fine.
It means how can I help you?
No, that's fine. I can accept that. But if I see you treat a whole different race or culture.
Yeah.
In a completely different way. Like you roll out the red carpet, you know, you might come around to the front to serve them.
Yeah.
You know, for me, you're shouting from the kitchen.
Is it the same though? I know Caribbean and African is one and the same, but is it the same when you go into a Nigerian food spot or a Ghanaian food spot?
Yeah, but you know what it is? It might be just a comfort thing.
Because they see you, they probably think you're Jamaican. Straight away, they look at that. Yeah, man, no one else. Where you at, bro?
We're just rude. No, seriously, I've been in both Caribbean and African shops.
Exactly.
I for one change in a Nigerian shop, like to change something in my order. Woo! I wanted to pay him and leave. Just leave everything. Take it. Keep it. Keep the money. Keep the food. I'm gone. I'm out. That's how I felt.
But that's our culture is, it's not harsh, but if you're raised in Britain, you're a bit softened to the Caribbean culture. Like, so there's British people who generally, black British people, or so-called black British people, who go into Caribbean shops and are like, oh, they're rude to me. No, they're not rude to you, blood. You need to get to know the culture. And once you know the culture, you know they're not being rude to you. They're just asking you, what do you want?
Yeah, but there was this Caribbean shop I used to go into. The woman was so, I've never experienced something like that.
No location.
She was she was proper rude. But this was after I'm not gonna tell you this. But you know what? I kept going back there. I kept going, and I realized she wasn't rude. You know, it was just the way she spoke. You know, and I was like, but you know, but for a lot of people, you're gonna go there once, and then you're never gonna go back because of that situation. You know what I mean? But then afterwards, it was just the way she was. You know. But I mean, the Sainsbury's story, I mean, I know the guy, there's no excuse. You know, we go there every day, you know.
Yeah, no. The Sainsbury's, the bar-led man in Sainsbury's, he's been treating like, and he treats Will nice, you know. Because Will's got a bar-led as well. No, Will goes in there. Will's like, no, he's nice to me.
This Will's foreign. Will's foreign. He's got that accent, you know.
This guy was whistling, and when he saw me, he's like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
And he's always cutting his eye at me, always looking at me like, what did I do to you, fam?
The most innocent people in the end are the ones who probably get the load of things, you know. But then in the end, that changes people to be less innocent, you know. I think anyway, you know. You know, you never know how your reactions are gonna affect people.
It's true.
You know.
Even if you're doing something positive.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more likely to affect people in a positive way. If you're doing something positive, but you know, then you can be doing something positive, and then someone's like, oh, why is he so positive? You know what I mean? Like, why is he happy?
Yo, I've gotten a bit of that energy before. Like, yo, like people. I remember, right? It must have been. This is what, about 3-4 years ago. They must have been in central London. I don't know what happened. Everyone was running. I think I don't know what happened. They said someone came with guns or something. So everyone literally on Bond Street is running, running into shops, running out of shops. So this is what I'm saying. The narrative or whatever they said in the media, I don't remember what they said, but from what I remember seeing on that day, it didn't make no sense because people were running all different types of directions. They weren't running from one specific area. But anyway, a lot of my colleagues were distressed about the situation. Most of them were female. Me, though, I was kind of like, I think I chuckled at someone said something and I chuckled and everyone looked at me like, why are you laughing? Like, in this moment. I'm like, bro, listen, no one's died or anything. You know, I understand maybe the mass hysteria has obviously offset some people to feel in a certain type of way, but no one's hurt themselves. Everyone's okay. So we need to, you know, separate the emotion from but that's difficult, you know. But I'll be honest, when it comes to dealing with customers, as an artist, I've had to learn, like you said, the trauma. I've had to kind of like learn to like sort of draw a line and not even invest myself until I know the person is first of all serious. And even then, even when they're serious, I don't know. Like, I'll be honest, I used to think it was the customers, but I'm being honest, I think it's me.
Do you think it's something to do with our race? I'm going to go straight into it now because I feel like in terms of how we're perceived in what we do is kind of automatically devalued because we're black. Do you get what I'm saying? So people will come in, no matter what their race is, and they will come in and they will think, it's going to be cheap just because they're black. Yeah. Or how many times have we been here and we go, yeah, brother, give me a discount, you know, because we're brothers. I don't even know your name.
Let me touch on that. Yeah, what I've had as well is the reverse of that, where someone's trying to give me discount because I'm black, and I think it's because people have automatically expected discount from that person, and I'm like, bro, you don't need to give me all this discount. I'm literally happy to pay for this service.
You say you want to shout out the place, Carl.
Yeah,
Where's that?
I've had people say, oh, you know, I'm not even gonna say what it was, but you know, it was like, oh, I've got this place, but it's really expensive. I'm like, oh yeah, how much? And then I'm like, yeah, it's not that expensive. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, are you saying that I couldn't afford it? You know, because you don't know my story. You know what I mean? You don't know my story. Like, there's actually there was a woman I was speaking to, who anyway, there's something with my kids, their friends, blah, 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 and then she's like, oh, you would never go to Africa. I said, oh, really? You know, she's like, why would you want to go to Africa? I mean, why would you go to Africa? She loves Africa, but she didn't expect that I go there every year, you know? And like, she was completely shocked. She just thought, it's not something that was even in my radar. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you can't afford it, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I was like, it happens, but we just don't shout about it, you know? Yeah. But I mean, like, you know, let people think what they want to think. To be honest with you, just do you.
On that note, though, sometimes silence is a powerful weapon as well, you know? So if someone's being a dickhead and you're just staring at them, sometimes they don't know what to say back, apart from sorry.
Most of these interactions, you're going to meet them once in your life.
Do we communicate differently towards each other
as black people?
Yeah.
I think we do in a positive and negative way, and I think it depends on... There's a lot of arrested development in society. And when I say arrested development, I mean people's development is literally under arrest. So they can't go no further than what they're under. I'll give you an example. I did a tattoo on a girl's thigh. I did it perfect. I think you was there, Ophelia was there, my brethren came, bought me some herbs, and we was all chilling. Nah, you know MT, man. Everybody watching this is old enough to know that it's marijuana. So I did the tattoo on her thigh. It healed perfectly, but there was like one point when I missed a line joint. The hell this woman gave me for this one line not joining. I was like, blood, I'm never ever tattooing you again. I told her, you can live with that gap in your tattoo for the rest of your life now, because I'm not putting a needle to your skin. And what made me laugh was, she had arrested development and she had the deadest tattoos. They were dead. They were dead. Like, you couldn't read none of the names. You couldn't see none of the images. They were dead.
Yeah, but you get what you deserve. You know, you don't actually know. Like, I mean, that situation, maybe the people did it on purpose.
What?
You know?
See, all of that.
Yeah, it's just what you bring.
The barbershops are the cornerstones of black business. Barbershops and hairdressers are the cornerstones of black businesses, man. But that's what's missing.
And that's why a lot of them are going out of business.
Yeah. But to be honest, the model of the barbershop is what I based the studio on, because it's like, okay, we need somewhere where we can all come, sit down, chill, if we want to, come and get it serious enough that we know we can't live in the shop. You know, some man live in the barbershop and ain't seen a trim for years.
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? The problem is the disrespect of time. You might as well be murdering someone, because you know the disrespect of where you're an hour there, you know, and it gets really hot. You know, like you're about to like it wasn't even worth the cut. I'm scared to go to the barber shop without an appointment, man. I might be there the whole day.
Same.
You know.
It's happened to me. I've gone to the barber shop. It's closed.
Yeah.
And I don't mind things, even like I'm saying, but even like I'm saying, when I go and get Apple stuff, if I booked a time, and that's one thing which really upsets me, just the complete disregard.
So you're telling me in all this time, yeah, because I haven't been to a barbershop for about 7 years now. So you're telling me in all this time, it ain't changed?
No. Arrested development.
No.
Rascally.
I see, like, it was a couple years ago, right? No, it was 2020. It was 2019. I've gone with one girl, yeah, one friend of mine, and she don't know about, obviously, ladies don't really know about trims and that the way we do. So she's like, come with me to the barbers. I've gone with her. Yo, this spot was nice. Everything seemed to be running on time. We got there for her appointment. First of all, my brother was already still doing someone else, or not, I think he'd even pulled someone else up in front of her. So I'm just, yeah, bro, it's ridiculous. And at the end, he charged her like £20 just to do the sides. And then when they're walking back, and she's like, I don't really feel like I feel like I spent too much. And maybe she told me the price when I was in there, but I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of bored, so I'm just like, I just want to get out. But when we're walking, and I'm like, yo, how much did you pay for your trim? And that, she's like, £20. I'm like, what? He didn't touch the top. He just the sides. We went back. We had to go back, and I didn't even say anything. But she's gone and she's talking to the guy. She got the money back. Obviously, I can't say every barbershop, but I don't know, man. It's, yeah. I mean, you get that everywhere, though, innit? People just overcharging. Even the one out, that it was the presentation that was good. They had their own logo. The logo is on their jackets that they're wearing. Might be, I don't want to call out the name of that, but it was like proper. But when it came to timing, I don't remember what they were even called, dog. I just remember their logo.
So they won at that point.
Huh? No, it wasn't South. It wasn't South. It was, I think this is, I don't remember, East or West.
All you need to do is have a business, and that's it. You know, that's it. That's enough for some people, because, you know, what do you do? I'm a business owner.
I'd say regarding the hair thing, though, is a bit of almost like an anomaly when you're making a comparison to this, because at the end of the day, like, all of this stuff, yeah, is coming from the man in the room that are generating this stuff. But with the hair thing, for some reason, dog, black people don't even have a monopoly in their own thing. When you get me? No, because you brought up in it, so it's like, yeah. But you know where you really gotta go if you really, you get me? Even if you wanna got your barbershop and you wanna stock up on I don't know, wave caps and, you know, the wave cream and all of these things, you know where you gotta go to source your shit. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're gonna like go and really get it from the mud. Otherwise, you know what I mean? You know you gotta go to the, you know where you gotta go. Yeah, you know, go to next man who call you brother, but you get me, he don't really look at you like that. You don't treat more time he don't treat you like that, innit? Like I see today one Arabic brother, he was I see one young black dude looking at some sunglasses and something. The way this guy said brother so enthusiastically running up to him, and like, I'm being real, like I got friends of all types of races, you understand? But one thing I have sort of noticed is I see black people be treated most respectfully when it comes to you giving your money out.
Because we're consumers.
It's a consumer.
So we're more worried about what people think of us, because we're so used to being, you know, told that we're nothing.
Put your name on the allotment list, people. You can consume what you grow. I lie?
Oh man, listen, right. So I've been starting up a little YouTube channel, BKA Studios. Obviously, that's just I started my team BKA. That's what my art and everything was under. At some point, I don't know, I've been going through a process of constantly breaking down and rebuilding this thing, because I want it to be, I don't want to say use the word perfect in it, and the longer it is going on, the more I'm thinking, what is it I'm actually doing? But there is a certain way I want it, and until I get it like that, if I got to keep breaking it down and that's what I've got to do. But BKA Studios is my YouTube channel where I sort of like just host myself. You feel me? At some point, hopefully I could get something like this where I can really have like a panel and discussions and really do like more live art and all of that. 'Cause that's what I intend to do. But right now it's just literally just me sitting there talking about my work and that. My website's up, gbsart.com at the moment. And I'll be honest, bro, like I haven't really got nothing up on the website. I've pulled all my original work. I've pulled all of it off the website. I think I've got like 2 prints, and that's literally it. Do you know what I mean? Like right now, man, it's with creating all the physical work and that, I've kind of like taken a step, like my foot off the gas, man, in terms of being productive, and that, like, and I've noticed a lot more. My work is like just digital now. I've just been doing that just because I guess you ain't got to spend money on resources, and you know what I mean. I know the minute I finish this, I can do a bunch of things with it without having to scan it in. So yeah, that's what I kind of been on, like just working still, you know, but more so digital than like working on canvas and more traditional mediums. And I'm enjoying it, I'll be honest, but you know, the journey as an artist is always ups and lows. So right now I feel like I'm on a down low, I can't lie. I'm feeling kind of like I should be doing more. I need to make a good piece of work. Because that's another thing I feel like. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I feel like if I haven't made something that impresses me, I feel like I've lost it.
Absolutely. But do you know what though? I feel like time is a funny thing and everybody's clock is different. So I feel like as artists, we all go through seasons. And the period when you feel like you're not being creative might be your winter, bro. You might just be that it's your winter now. So just let the earth rest for a bit. And then come, when time come, do you know what I mean? Where you're actually resting, you're allowing things to kind of reproduce again. Like you're taking in, you're receiving information.
Allows you to create more.
Yeah, you're receiving information. Remember, like everything on your body is a receiver. So, you know, your eyes are receivers, your ears are receivers, your nose is a receiver. The only thing that you transmit from as an artist as well is your hands and your mouth. So take time and just receive, man. Don't feel no way. I think that's a thing that I have as well as an artist. I've got to be producing, Especially when you got friends that are artists and you see them just putting stuff out.
Yeah, bro.
Putting stuff out.
You know what it is? I think a lot of people just, you know, there's very few people who can be constantly productive because life gets in the way. But I think people just put stuff out when, you know, they have stuff. You know, just don't be fooled that, you know, people are just constantly producing, because people go through certain days where they can't do things. But, you know, in order to battle that, you have to be producing when you can produce. When you can't produce, don't produce. When you can produce. You don't have to share it with the world until it's ready. There's a difference between, you know, you don't have to share everything once it's done. You know, and that might help you as well. Like, you know, like you might produce a bit of something and then, you know, you come back to it a year later, it might change, but you know, that's when it was supposed to be done. It wasn't supposed to be done the year before. It doesn't matter if you finished it or not, you know what I mean? So sometimes you can have that, and it's good to be ahead of yourself and be working on a few different things. So, you know, when you're tired of one thing or you don't feel it's going the one way, you just stop and you move on to the next thing or something you've already done. And it takes less effort if you've had that moment where, you know, you're like, oh, I want to do this, and this. You don't have to finish one of them in one go. You start one, you start the other, you start the other, you start the other. Then afterwards, you know, when you're ready to go back to them, you go back to them. There's no speed anymore. I don't think the problem now is that everyone wants to do everything, you know, at the same time. But you can't function like that. You burn out, you know, longevity. There's no longevity in that at all.
And the operative word that you use a lot is time. Yeah. Time is the operative word.
It's
and
just time management.
Yes, and once you're out of tune with time, your time, then things go out. But that's us at the end of another show. Give thanks for watching. Do subscribe to the channel, Vture TV. Like the video, share the video. Nothing grows without everybody doing their part. So we've done our part in producing the content. All we need you to do is like the video and share the video. Give thanks.
Give thanks.